Hey guys, my name is Christina.
My name is Brian, and welcome to What the Fuck Did I Just Watch?
Where every week we will be rolling a 26-face die that will determine the first letter of the movie we will watch this week.
The twist is that one of us, or both of us, have never seen the movie before.
So join us as we share our thoughts on the movie.
I mean, that's gonna be horrible, but yes, absolutely.
Have a few laughs.
Stop it. And discuss what the fuck we just watched. Happy Life Day, what the fuckers.
Welcome to Life Day.
Yes.
Star Wars' version of not being religious.
More like a Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
I don't think they wanted to call it that because
Well,
they'd
it's Life
want to
Day.
include lots of,
Life.
people, life.
Even though it's only a Wookiee holiday, really.
Celebrated by all Wookiee friends.
Mm-hmm. Ugly and not as ugly.
Oh, for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, read the title. Just kidding. We, this week, embarked on Star Wars' holiday special. That's very strange to say. Star Wars' holiday special.
The Star Wars holiday special.
Oh, that sounded better.
I know, that's the title.
Yeah, well, you just have Star Wars holiday special, which also sounded fine. Why am I trying to make it? Oh, look at me trying to make things complicated. Yeah, so...
There will be no Incredible Hulk this evening.
No,
just the Star Wars holiday special.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was really funny. This movie came out in 1978.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by Steve Bender. Starring
The great Steve Bender.
Mickey Morton, Patty Maloney, and Paul Gale.
Yes. As well as fun guest appearances by Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Han Solo.
C-3PO.
Yeah, I know,
R2-D2.
that's not the actor's name.
Yeah, but I mean, that's all I know.
Okay, well. I didn't say Luke Skywalker.
This isn't really spoilery because it's in the first 45 seconds. But the way that they introduced all of the different special appearances or guests for this movie, too long. Entirely
there were
too
so
long.
many of them.
Entirely too long.
That's what makes it great. Because
Okay.
there's so many special guests.
So
many.
It was... I don't like it. I really didn't like it. And not just the intro, but this movie in general.
We'll get there.
Yeah, you're right.
The budget for this holiday special was $1 million. And it was broadcast on CBS instead of The Incredible Hulk in
Which
1978.
Sure people were really upset about.
Indeed. The IMDb score is 2.2. The Rotten Tomatoes score is 27% and an audience score of 19%. If you want to, I would have advised against it, but if you feel the need, you can watch this on YouTube in pretty bad quality. It's definitely like a rip from a VHS back in the day. It is not available anywhere for streaming because George Lucas wanted it dead. So he
Talk to me about why you said that you don't recommend for people to watch this movie, and yet you were like, oh yeah, I've had this movie on my list for forever. Let's do it.
So I remember this very differently than what I watched the other night. I know that I've never been able to sit through it in one sitting. I knew that going in. I know it's bad. I knew it was bad going into this again, but I thought it was like a fun bad. I thought it was, we watch some shitty movies.
Yeah, no,
and
definitely.
A lot of them we find some humor in them. This, I didn't really. It was scarring to my eyes, and it left an impression in my soul that is horrid.
Okay. Well, in case you guys at home are wanting to know what this movie is about, I will read you the synopsis. Chewbacca and Han Solo try to get to the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk to celebrate Life Day, but are impeded by an Imperial blockade. Chewie's family passes the time with various forms of entertainment.
Entertainment.
Oh.
Let's dissect that.
I mean, I guess we can get into it when we're in spoilers, so I'll save that. But yeah, various forms of entertainment. My initial thoughts on this movie are don't. Go watch something else, and you're not missing anything.
I agree.
Oh my God. I was texting Pants. I was 7 minutes into this movie, y'all. 7 minutes. And I told him, I do not think I can do another hour and 30 minutes of this. Like, I don't even know what the hell is going on. Initially, the very beginning is literally just like Chewbacca's family kind of grunting at each other the way that Chewbacca does for a solid like 10 minutes. There's no dialogue.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Chewbacca's wonderful, but we usually have a translator or like he says something in the right context where you're like,
right.
Yeah, I
you can
agree.
Put it together. I mean, you can kind of put together what they're meaning to say.
Oh yeah.
But there's definitely when it's just Wookiees going back and forth and just like nodding their head a lot and going about like everyday tasks, it gets a little
grueling.
Yeah, a little grating. Yeah. So what did you think?
It was rough. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret about YouTube.
Love secret.
Yeah. There is a watch at a faster speed option that I discovered.
So you cheated.
So I cheated. 45 minutes into this, I could not tolerate it anymore. First of all, there's no captions. And as I've stated before, I love captions because then I can actually keep up with the conversation instead of having the TV at volume 35.
But there's no dialogue.
Because I'm deaf. There is dialogue as you... I hate you. And so, yeah, when I discovered that made it a lot more tolerable.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm very sorry. I don't typically do this. I do not cheat. But I could not, for the life of me, imagine spending any more time than I had to watching this. That is how bad it is. I hope that our conversation is better and that you enjoy this podcast.
No, go ahead and put us at 3 times speed.
But if you'd like to listen to us at 3 times speed, I will talk like this.
I will stop the podcast. I'm gonna just stop it.
It will be normal. Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it.
Wow.
That's my initial thoughts.
Is that you're a cheater? Okay. Well, I watched the whole movie because that's, what we're supposed to do here. Watch it for our maybe 42, 43 listeners. I want to let you guys know that I meant it when I texted Pans last night and told him that I would rather be watching Battlefield Earth. And I don't know that I would go that far.
I 1,000% would rather have had John Travolta and Johnny on my screen versus Pants, please don't put that sound effect in there.
I mean, it's going. I just have to edit the volume.
Anyways, I couldn't do it. I really would have rather had John Travolta and Johnny on the screen. I would have even rather have watched, I enjoyed Left Behind, so never mind. The worst movie so far has been Battlefield Earth, and I'd rather watch it again.
Wow.
Yep.
I'll have to think on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all you get for pre-spoilers because it sucks. It's very bad. But if you would like to continue with us, please do so we didn't waste our time for nothing.
Honestly, our conversations are pretty good. So, yeah.
Most of the time.
Come along.
So here is the trailer for the wonderful Star Wars Holiday Special, followed by our spoiler conversation about it as well.
You're so straight.
Luke Skywalker and Han Solo rescued the princess, destroyed the Death Star, but their story didn't end there. Now, the creators of the biggest smash hit of all time bring you the next episode in the Star Wars saga.
Mama, it's so good to see you. Happy Life Day. Either Chewbacca or Han Solo to the screen, please.
She says that she would like to grant your request, but is quite unable to do so.
You mean they haven't arrived yet?
A galactic odyssey against oppression.
Attention! Due to suspected rebel activity on the Kazook planet, the Empire has declared martial law. I want the rebels located and identified. If it means searching every household in the system.
Heroes and villains.
On left here on schedule.
All is proceeding as you wish, Darth Vader.
You must have been in trouble. I'm going after.
Cool beans.
At one point or another, shit. At one point or another, gravity always wins, and even smash hits turn into Rotten Tomatoes.
Did you read that somewhere?
No,
Does that make sense?
probably not.
Okay. I'm not going to think too long on it. I'm not sure if that's like a real statement or not.
All I know is this movie just, Star
Is out of this world.
was smash hits, and this movie just,
Mm,
yeah,
you're on a roll. Good
it
job.
left me feeling very deflated,
Wow. Limp. Even. Flaccid.
flaccid.
Great.
Yeah, what is that? Lago Rock? What? Who is
Lago Rock?
Lago Rock?
I feel like you said Lago Rock. That's Ford, isn't it?
Is it
Or
Ford?
Chevy.
I don't know. But either way, it didn't make me
Chevy,
feel that
Lago
way.
Oh, great. So yeah, this movie aired one time in 1978, and it's kind of like a variety show type format where there's this very loose story that's being played out where Chewbacca's family is waiting for him to get home. He's with Han Solo and they're stuck in space doing something, not really sure.
Being rebels.
Yeah. And there's, all these different kind of characters that come in and out, and different things are watched on a lot of different screens, and there's holograms, and B. Arthur is there. And I mean, she was cool, but that scene went way too long. It's just so sad that someone thought that was a good idea. That any of this was a good idea. And I mean, it's been said that this is not canonical with Star Wars. So, I mean, at the time, I'm sure it was meant to be, but since then, this has just been erased. Like, nobody is ever mentioning Lumpy and Itchy and Scratchy and Dopey and Sleepy.
All the seven dwarfs.
Yeah. It's been brought in to lore that like Chewbacca has a family, but not this family really. I don't think it's really expanded upon, at least in the movies.
Sure.
I don't even know like where to even begin. Like
did you know that this movie was sponsored by General Motors?
I did, because it came up. And there was, did you watch the copy with commercials or no?
No.
Oh, me neither. But there is one that has all the original commercials.
Oh, that would have been cool.
And I thought that's what I was watching, but I was way too far in before I realized I was passing commercial breaks. And I'm like, I'm not starting this over, because what if there's ads? Yeah. Like real ads that I don't want to see. So, yeah, Chewbacca has a super ugly family. Like, God bless him.
You're so harsh.
Mala, who is his wife, is a frightening creature. There's something in her eyes that is haunting. They're so like set far into her head. Like they her eyes are like mid skull, I think, and they just look at you. Like eyes do.
That's so like eyes do.
Mm-hmm. They do. Mm-hmm. And then there's Lumpy. Yes, Lumpy, who is Chewbacca's son. And
He's
Lumpy
cute.
is kind of adorable.
Yeah.
But in a really unfortunate way.
Yeah. It's like I felt like it was dragged out. And so where he could have been cute it was too long.
Correct. So I mean, if he had been like just interspersed like here and there, and he was just doing something cute,
Right.
You know, doing like a little porg thing, or I don't know, other cute Star Wars
doing
things.
a little porg thing.
You know, they just show him and he does something cute, and then they cut away.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have been in timeout for most of the movie and just come out and been like, "Oh shucks, I want to be out of timeout."
They don't talk.
I can't make a Wookiee sound.
Oh, I was really looking forward to it.
That's unfortunate. I've been trying to master it all my life, and I can't do it. But he's an ugly little cute thing.
Yeah.
You know, like a really ugly chihuahua that's still cute.
Large.
Yeah.
It reminded me of those dogs that they used to do. Oh, man. It's a sheepdog. And it's the one that has, like, some people put the hair in dreads.
Oh, dreads. A sheepdog.
Yeah. But, like, on two legs.
Well, his hair wasn't in dreads.
I know, but it was that same, like, effect of, like, being super, super, super shaggy.
He looked more ape-ish than the rest of them, I think. But then there's Chewbacca's dad is Itchy.
I think so.
Right. He's grandpa. But
Yeah.
I don't know why he's living with them. It didn't look like a really big tree house from the way it was drawn.
It was pretty big.
I mean, not from what we saw. There's like one room upstairs.
Yeah, but whenever Lumpy is on the
Balcony
outside, like trying not to make me have a heart attack. I wasn't sure if they were going to make him fall or not.
He would have just fallen on a painting. It's fine.
The house looked pretty large in comparison to him. I understand that he's little, but still.
Okay.
Also, the graphics and special effects in this movie.
Top notch.
Yeah. For
I
sure.
mean, wow.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
We're going to have so much to talk about.
We are. It's going great. Yeah, the establishing shot of their treehouse is a very, I mean, it's not like a crude drawing, but it's just like a kind of a shitty drawing of a treehouse. And any like landscape shots, I guess, are all paintings or drawings. It's pretty bad for Star Wars standards. They pretty much had like one main set, which was the inside of their treehouse, which didn't really look fit for Wookiees. It looked more human, I guess. There's a lot of like hidden TVs and screens, and
They're part of the rebellion.
okay, well, but still, she had a TV in her kitchen,
Yeah.
and they had a TV hidden in the cabinet. They had, I'm assuming there's one in the living room, but I don't think it ever actually showed it.
In the bookcase? Or is that the
Yeah,
living
that's
room
one in the
what you're talking
cabinet.
about?
Okay, well, maybe not. So there's a cooking scene that I want to just cover briefly because it's disturbing, where I'm assuming a man dressed as a woman.
I think so.
Okay, I didn't look at the actor, but I assume it's one of like the special guests that they mentioned, and she is cooking really aggressively on this TV show that Mala is trying to like follow along and make something with a bantha. She was making bantha surprise. Yes, and it really just devolved into this like shtick where the cooking lady on the TV was just moving really rapidly, and Mala was trying to keep up with her, and the lady on the TV was like sprouting extra limbs because she was having to do so much at once. So she had 4 arms when she started out at having 2.
Yes.
And then Mala gets frustrated, and I don't know if she throws it away or puts it in an oven. She just kind of sets it off to the side of the set. So
I think the scene just kind of ends. But
sure.
you need to do me a favor and explain to me how to make it.
You stir, whip, beat a lot. Repeat. And then it comes out as a surprise.
It was really uncomfortable. I mean, I understand that the scene I think was meant to be funny, but it read more uncomfortable than anything else.
That's like one of 2 or 3 scenes that was uncomfortable in like adultish way. Like I felt like, I don't want to say dirty. One of them was dirty, but this one, it was weird that there was this man dressed up very obviously like a woman, and that was kind of the gag.
Yeah.
And that, I felt really weird watching that. That was the humor, or that's what they were going for in 78.
Right.
Right. I mean, the other thing was the VR porn, which if you want to talk about that, we can.
Oh yeah. That was, it was really strange to kind of ask myself if that was truly what was going on, and it was.
It was.
And yeah, it was just really uncomfortable to watch. I was trying to figure out if this was kind of in line with what they do now with Christmas specials, where there's a host. I'm going to use my boo, but Michael Bublé, for example, did a Christmas, special like every year, and there would be special guests, and there was kind of a story, like a really loose storyline, or sometimes he'd do it on stage or whatever. So I think that's kind of maybe what they were going for. But yeah, the but
Muppets
not just
did
that,
it
like
a few years ago with Gaga.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was, I know that I think is what they were trying to get at. But yeah, as far as the way that it read, it was just really uncomfortable. The scenes were really long, not to mention, and no slight on it, because I guess it was 78, but like the special effects weren't there.
I mean, I
don't know.
assume their budget went to getting the actual stars of Star Wars to be in licensing the characters.
Sure.
And they just had no more budget for shit after that.
Right.
Because, I mean,
but then don't make it.
I agree, but this was pre-Empire. So this was right after the first one had come out. The second one did not exist yet. So they were kind of just like riding that wave of, this is something big, so let's capitalize on it.
Sure. And let's scare most people who watched it.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. Yeah. I mean, this is a horror movie.
It really is.
So, I mean, I think you're ready for any other horror movie we can watch at this point, because this is the worst.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. I was actually thinking in the car on the way over here, like, what would it take for me to watch The Conjuring? Simply because that is like my definitely like non-negotiable. I don't want to watch it. I don't like paranormal things. I think that is way too close to home. Like, I definitely believe that we still have some spirits around us, or energies, or whatever you want to call it. And The Conjuring sounds like it would literally keep me up at night with all the lights on, and then it wouldn't even matter. I'd still have insane anxiety. So yeah, I was trying to think of a number. Like,
a number of what?
Downloads or followers.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm going to think on that, and I'll let you guys know.
You're kind of assuming that that our listeners give a shit about you watching The Conjuring.
That's really messed up. If they're still listening, then they're invested in us, Pants.
Are they?
Why are you being so ugly? Y'all, I'm looking for another co-host. If you guys think you're funny, if you think you can get along with my humor, if you're cool with meeting up at Pants' house because he has all the equipment.
Yeah, it's weird because I don't know how you're going to record this.
Then holler at me.
Don't. So, yeah, back to the porn. So
but that's the thing. I don't even know how to talk about it. It was just really uncomfortable.
Watch me work.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
So Itchy, who is Grandpa, is a very elderly, gross-looking Wookiee. He's very gray and white and has a weird jaw, and he kind of looks like that dog that won the ugliest dog contest a few years ago, with like the tongue sticking out. Except that dog was kind of cute. This is the ugly version of that. Okay, so
he would not pick him up on the side of the road.
No, I would drive faster.
Cool.
Yeah, he is brought a gift by this local tradesman in their little village, and it is a helmet of sorts that, I mean, nowadays would just be like an Oculus, like VR goggles or something. But it's this very erotic dance sequence.
Is it erotic?
Kind of. I mean, for primetime TV in 78? Yes. I mean, I read where like that is the closest they could get to like a sex scene without pushing the rating.
Wow.
So I mean, that's what they were going for, was this grandpa's a fucking perv. And I mean, not that porn makes you pervy, but I mean, your grandson's right there and you're just in the middle of the living room getting off, right? So,
right.
I mean, it cuts in and out of what he's seeing, which again, I don't know who the actress is. I know she is a person of note, very beautiful woman.
Sorry. I was going to ask if the reason that I brought up the Christmas special before is like, were these people that were kind of making their little special appearance singing things like big artists during that time?
Yeah, like all these people were of note. Some of them, or I think most of them, were already like household names.
Okay.
You know, like B. Arthur, for instance, is the
Right.
only one that comes to mind. But anyway, and Jefferson Airplane was the really long rock band sequence.
Yeah,
that
I
went
was
on
going to
for
make a
too
comment
long.
about how like psychedelic that whole thing was.
Yeah.
It was very
I did
kaleidoscopy.
fast forward through that part, through the whole Jefferson Airplane sequence when they were just watching what's essentially a performance.
Right.
I skipped ahead for that because I got the gist of it. But that is, I didn't watch it on, I
Right.
didn't cheat like you did. So
I mean, you just said that you did cheat.
I didn't. I got the gist of it.
I don't understand.
Got the
Cheating is
gist.
cheating. You fast forwarded it as well. Whether it was a small bit or a large bit, you cheated. So quit coming for me, pants.
Okay. Itchy Grandpa is just kind of sitting in the middle of the living room. And it as I
hate
said,
that
it's,
you just did like itchy grandpa.
yeah, it's the same. It cuts in and out of like this thing he's watching, and then it kind of shows this weird close up of his face, and he's just like kind of giggly, and
Oh, a super grin.
I mean, you know what's going on. Like
His
Yeah.
Wookiee parts are like a rock.
okay, gross, but yeah, and I have so many questions about
Sure.
it. One being, why is his pornography of a human?
Okay, I'm following.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, she was designed for him.
Which is still weird.
Yeah. I don't know. Do they have like cross relationships in the galaxy?
Do they
Maybe
have
she isn't
interspecies
human.
erotica?
Maybe she is an alien, and like her underparts are Wookiee parts, but you just don't.
That's just not shaving. Don't bring your life into this, Christina.
What is wrong with you?
I just cut you off. Hold on. It's like too much.
You
Okay,
are the
there.
most terrible human being. God.
But
I'm just gonna let you talk.
that's fine.
Okay.
And he kept rewinding the part where the woman in the video was like complimenting him. He went back to it like 4 times, and I was just like, this is a teenager watching porn. Like, it's disgusting. Why is this on TV, and why is it Star Wars? I mean, none of this actually, like, I understand, as I said before, that this is non-canon, but at the time, that wasn't established. And how does any of this even remotely fit into the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, I don't know. But, you saying that it came out before...
Right. There was no real, like, established Star Wars
right.
universe.
So I think they were just fishing.
Right.
I mean, that has to be it. They were, exactly like you said, they were just trying to ride that wave and keep it going. But I can't believe that nobody was like, are you sure this is a good idea? Because...
Well, some of the writers have actually come out and said, like, they were, like, super coked up when writing this movie. And I'm pretty sure Carrie Fisher was on drugs during this movie. She actually insisted on her song at the end.
Really?
She insisted on singing.
Oh,
she
yeah.
she wouldn't do it unless she sung, but she hated the song that was chosen
Picked
for her.
Yeah.
Because it was horrible.
I was like, oh, okay, girl. I see you.
It didn't work.
It didn't, but I see you.
She was, well, okay. She sounded good until she tried to, like, do that big open mouth, like, note that I'm not going to do it, but it was just so flat.
Yeah.
And, like, Carrie, rest in peace.
Yes,
Bless
indeed.
your heart.
She looks so cute though. Like she was so like young.
They were
and-
all young.
Yeah. Was Luke Skywalker wearing makeup?
That was my next point.
Was it?
Good job.
Nice.
My goodness. Happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day.
Yes. He was wearing a shit ton of makeup because he was recently, or at that point in time, in a pretty bad car accident. And that was covering up scarring and
Oh, well, now I feel bad.
wounds. You should. He's
Yeah.
just trying to celebrate Life Day.
But they
and
shouldn't have
you're
put
here-
eyeliner on him because that's what made me realize it. Is that he had eyeliner on.
Well, I hope you feel bad.
I hate you so much.
He was in a horrible X-Wing crash.
Anyways, you saying that most of the writers were on coke while writing this makes a lot of sense because it was very like, it was just kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we haven't gone too into detail with some of the entertainment or various forms of entertainment, but there was this weird scene where like Lumpy was watching some gymnasts. And then there was another, well, okay, that one I actually like moderately enjoyed because it was kind of a change of pace, but the cartoon was probably the only part of this movie that I was actually able to sit through, and I slowed it down
Wow.
because it was fine.
So
rough.
the gymnastics thing, just for anyone who, God bless you, has not watched it, they get Itchy Grandpa gets Lumpy a like cassette tape and puts it into this big table. And I thought it was going to be Sabacc or whatever that game is, that holographic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't. It was so much worse. It was just this, again, human acrobats doing like trapeze shit and flying off bars and I don't know
Again, too
gymnastic terms, but yeah, and one of them got big and off the table for some reason,
Yeah.
while the other ones were, I don't know, and he like Lumpy was just super excited about it, like he had
Yeah.
never seen it before, and I just have to imagine he has, but maybe he's just an idiot.
Wow.
His name is Lumpy.
Yeah. So I did have a question for you.
Please ask it.
Looking at the
Lumpy?
special effects of this movie, what do you think the Marvel movies are going to look like in 50 years, 50, 60 years?
That's a good question.
Isn't that crazy
I
to
love
think
when
about?
when you hit me across the face with this shit.
Oh my god.
So good. It's a good dick of a question. I
feel like you're mocking me now. Oh my god.
I mean, of course, they're probably gonna be dated, but like, even if you,
But I mean, imagine like
Right.
how dated.
right, but I mean, just thinking like, look at Jurassic Park. Now, granted, 90s,
Yeah.
but that aged really well.
Sure.
Like Jurassic Park doesn't look like shit.
Sure.
I mean, some of that was, animatronics, but there's a really good episode of Movies That Made Us on Netflix that goes into Jurassic Park that just came out.
Okay.
And they used a lot of CGI in it. And I think it still holds up. So, I mean, I think we might be at a point where some things down the road are still going to look good. I think, like, maybe landscapes in, like, the Marvel movies, the spaceship, is still going to be cool. Maybe some of, like, the CGI characters might not age as well.
Sure.
I don't know if that makes sense, but technology is just so much better.
Yeah.
And I
It
mean,
seems like you just go into the movie theater and they give you like an Oculus and then like boom, you're there. It's going to be kind of like those virtual realities where people go in to play like games and things like that. Like you just get a group of your friends and then you watch the movie from all angles.
I mean,
That would be actually really cool.
I mean, and this is a sidebar. So skip ahead like 3 minutes if you don't want to hear anything about VR, but it's not porn. There is VR porn though. That's a thing.
That is fucking crazy to me. No, I am very aware of that. There was I don't mean to cut you off all the way. This is not going to be very long, but I did see like a small little like snippet of what that looks like.
Porn?
Not the actual visual, but yeah, there was some dude like at an expo and he had like, that they sell those sex toys that are,
Smart.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he had like her, I'm giving this thing pronouns. He had the sex toy in front of him, and he's like, doing his thing with his clothes on. But like on the VR, it's like he's the one doing her. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, like
and this podcast is definitely not about what pornography has done to young men, but like that is insane. And the psychological damages from watching shit like that and having your expectations be like that. Mm-hmm. That's a whole nother podcast. Continue, Pants.
Indeed. So on the tech side of that, it's ridiculous / really impressive that, what you were just saying, like there's an apparatus or something that you're having sex with.
Right. And
in your vision and the goggles, it's all syncing up. And like, that's an actual person. Mm-hmm. And you're this thing that you're in is smart, and it's like moving. Like,
yeah.
Like shit like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, what I was originally gonna say about VR pre-sex was there is experiences in VR where it's like a mini movie that people have made, and you're in it, and you're in that world. I think I have something downloaded I can show you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we're getting there. It's already a thing, and like VR headsets are affordable for what they are now. Like the cheaper Oculus is $300.
Yeah.
And that's not bad.
Right.
For what it gives you. Buy an Oculus. It's great.
I love not that this podcast was about Star Wars, and then we just segued into VR porn.
Itchy Grandpa gave us the segue.
You're right. No, but yeah, it's really crazy. I thought that would be kind of a cool thing if they could make movies so where like you made decisions, kind of like the Are You Afraid of the Dark books when we were growing up? How you would like Goosebumps, sorry. Mm-hmm. How you would pick
Choose
your fate. Yeah, and so they'll have movies one day where you like go with your partner or something. You guys put on a VR set and you're like, all right.
Well, they kind of Netflix kind of experimented with that a little bit with like that Black Mirror episode.
No, yeah, sure. I just mean like VR.
Oh, sure.
Like I think that would be pretty neat to get put in a room and you kind of play out your movie. Yeah.
Sounds more like a game. I mean, it sounds like you're describing a game.
I just hate the way that you just like your tone drops. Your face is like, you stupid ass bitch. It's rude.
Well, you let me there.
For viewers at home, we're about to go to a commercial break really quickly. I have to pee. It hurts my ass.
So you said that you did enjoy the little cartoon short?
I did. Yeah, I thought it was kind of cute that Lumpy was watching his dad on a cartoon.
That is part of my issue. Is that makes no sense. So in the Star Wars universe, Chewbacca is like a TV star. Along with Luke and Leia and C-3PO and everybody.
Yeah.
There is a TV show in universe about them.
Yeah. This whole movie doesn't make any sense.
I know. I'm just saying.
So I just ran with it.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I was like, I thought it was kind of cute that he was watching a cartoon, and then when it dawned on me that he was watching his dad, I was like, oh, it's kind of cuter. Like he's like, yeah, Dad, Rebel Army. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
Do that again.
No.
All right. Whatever.
I'm so sorry. I just looked down at my notes and I saw where I wrote sharp edges. Ouch. Like that guy when what was it? When Chewie's trying to put that little control panel thing together, he's watching like a tutorial on it, and the guy on the TV is like, make sure you watch out for sharp edges, and then he pokes it and he's like, ouch.
Again, why human?
But why? Well, he wasn't human. He was like an android or something, wasn't he? Because then he started like dying.
Yeah, but he looked like a human.
Okay.
Why is that the model that they picked for that android? Like, why can't you like
C-3PO
doesn't?
Guest.
Okay, I mean, sure. I wonder if this is an actual holiday special within the Star Wars universe. Like, is this something that they're like, remember that special about Life Day?
It's like on the DL though.
Yeah, it's like it's a bootleg, like it is here.
Oh my god, this movie's so dumb.
That should inspire some good fanfic.
Yeah.
This was the first, probably the only decent thing to come out of this was the introduction of Boba Fett. He had not been seen in the universe before. He didn't come in until Empire.
Sure.
And this was like the first kind of incarnation of him. Like his suit's a different color because that's kind of what they were originally going for. And he had a different voice, obviously. And there was actually like toys made of this character of Boba Fett that are super hard to come by because they didn't really go anywhere. And I mean, there's a whole like Star Wars episode of the toys that made us on Netflix that goes into that. But yeah, so he of course went on to be briefly in Empire, and then became this fan favorite for some reason, which I still don't really understand, and now is getting his own TV show on Disney Plus. I thought it was weird that C-3PO blinked a lot in the cartoon, and it was like a windshield wiper. Is that what this is? It was like a windshield wiper blink.
So it was blinking vertically versus horizontally.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was like a V opening and closing.
Yeah.
Which really is not how windshield wipers work. So, so yeah, I know a lot about cars.
Yeah.
And he gave this really frightening laugh at the very end of the cartoon short. There was the short also with B. Arthur and the Cantina.
Yes.
Where they did actually use all of the same costumes from A New Hope and just maybe recolored them or whatever. So that, I guess, helped with their budget. Apparently, they had to pump oxygen or they had to bring oxygen machines in while they were filming because they kept those people in those costumes all day. And they were dying. But it was stated before that Cantina short that by the Empire or whatever, that this was required viewing for everybody. Like, you had to watch it. Like Life on Tatooine. I don't know why. Because it was just her having to close the bar and sing.
And give out a lot of drinks. Like, how does she make a profit? She started with just giving that open head hole a drink, and then
she was very pushy.
Yeah, but I also was very uncomfortable with the sound effects and then the drippage of like liquid into his head hole. And for those of you who haven't watched this, he literally has a volcano hole on the top of his head.
And that's how he drinks. But he still has a mouth.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me.
No, I need to see his like anatomy chart.
Yes, where's your brain?
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's in his butt like a dinosaur.
I can't handle
Maybe. Let's, I guess, skip to, about the very end where Chewie comes home. Mm-hmm. And
thank God.
Yeah.
That meant the movie was going to end soon.
Right. And Han, tells Mala and Itchy and Scratch Lumpy that, they're family to him, which, again, never mentioned again or before. So whatever. And not even mentioned in the Solo movie.
Yeah. Also, Harrison Ford, what a fox. Continue.
Sure.
No, I love him.
And
he definitely was like a fine wine.
Okay.
Yeah. He aged
I know
well.
I know what fine wine means.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Thank
you were
you.
just giving me a weird look.
I mean,
You're just not in agreement with me?
Not really.
Ugh, Indiana Jones can get it.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, whenever Han leaves and they all the Wookiees like kind of gather around with these little lights.
Yeah.
And transcend. Teleport? Yeah, like they transcend. I don't know, like the whole room goes dark except for their lights, and then it shows them kind of like walking in a line through space.
Yeah, that was weird.
Into a big light.
Yeah.
Like they were dying. And they're all in robes, which they'd never worn clothes before. They were all in red robes, and just this whole line of Wookiees going into this light and then into this big room where I guess this is where they celebrate Life Day.
The Tree of Life.
Okay, sure. And then for some reason, Luke Skywalker is there. Mm-hmm. And the droids are there. Mm-hmm. And Leia and Han are there. How did they get there?
They also had those little globe lights, and they held them up, and then they transcended.
No, they didn't. That's not a thing.
Then how did Chewie, Mala, Lumpy, and Itchy get there?
No, they went that way. But
Okay.
they're Wookiees who celebrate Life Day.
Okay.
Humans aren't allowed in Life Day.
Is that a rule?
Yeah, making it one.
That's not how that works, Pants.
None of this works, Christina.
Why? I used pants.
Okay. Making my point.
Oh my god.
And no, it's a Wookiee holiday.
I don't understand.
Only Wookiees get the little globe lights. Only Wookiees get the robes.
This is never established. You're giving yourself a headache for absolutely no reason.
I don't have a headache.
You look like it. Your eye's twitching.
That's just my eye. My Wookiee name is Twitchy.
Twitchy palm. Oh, you didn't watch 2 or 3. That's a 50 Shades.
Oh, yep. Nope. So the real names for Lumpy, Mala, and Itchy are, well, those are their nicknames, I guess, because their other names are ridiculous. So I guess within this canon, Mala's name is Malatobuk.
Okay.
Rolls off the tongue. Lumpy, the son, his name is Lumpawarump. I'll say it again. Lumpawarump. And Itchy, Chewbacca's father, is Itichikuk.
You said it in a sentence.
Use it in a sentence.
Just kidding. Don't do that.
Hello, I'm calling Itichikuk about your extended car warranty. I see your dependent is Lumpawarp. So, the more you know, right?
So stupid.
Yeah, and then, it ends with Leia singing, and it's not great.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts on this garbage fire?
Thank God it's over. I won't be watching this again.
You don't want to watch it every holiday?
Definitely not. This won't even be playing in the background on any given day for kicks and giggles. I'm scared that this messed with my algorithm on YouTube because I don't want to see anything remotely similar to this.
I want to see all of the fan made Lumpawarump episodes. I hope somebody just made their own little series for Itichikuk and Lumpawarump. But yeah, so they Disney Plus came out with a Lego holiday special, which is adorable. Has nothing to do with this. I think it in some parts actually makes fun of the other one, but it's very cute. Just little Legos, and it's also not canon because it's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, I'm so glad that you enjoyed yourself. And what would you feel like giving this out of 10, Christina?
Is it a scale from 1 to 10 or 0 to 10?
It's always 1 to 10.
1 to 10. 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
definitely
quick on that.
leaning more towards the left, towards a 0. Doesn't even have a chance to go to a 2.
Well, do keep in mind we are instating halves this time around. So if you want to...
0.5 is less than 1. So you said it was a scale of 1 to 10. Therefore, it lands
Right.
on 1.
You're right. So... Fuck me, right?
Useless information, Pants.
Yeah.
But anyways, so what would you give this, Pants, on a scale of 1 to 10? That's why I asked if it was 0.
Okay, just calm your tits.
Okay, I know you said calm your tits, but I heard call me tits. You got it, sugar.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my dogs also go by Tits. So they're excited now. I went back and forth between 1 and 2. Because I'm still not sure if this is worse than Battlefield Earth. And after now having the conversation with you, I do think it is.
Yeah.
Because Battlefield Earth was, by far, it was the worst, like, cinema movie ever made.
Yeah.
Given this is a TV special, this is still the worst thing that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This also gets a 1.
But we also had a lot of fun talking about Battlefield Earth.
I had a blast talking about Lumpa Moro.
Oh my god. Y'all, if you've made it this far, thank you.
Go watch the movie.
Don't watch it. Y'all, for real, don't watch it.
I mean,
don't do it. Don't.
What do you got to lose?
A lot of time.
We're getting back in the midst of a worldwide pandemic. Soon we won't be going outside anymore.
You'll have to fill your time with other things.
You'll run out of Star Wars stuff to watch.
Agreed.
And then you'll get to the bottom of the barrel, and you'll see Battlefield Earth there.
Yeah.
You'll watch it, but then like right below Battlefield Earth is this gem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, or go outside and risk COVID.
I'm done with you. We really hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast.
Sure. Yeah.
Definitely make sure that you go check out our other episodes where we talk about movies that we like or hate, or, we'll just give you our opinions. And you can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. We'll be there.
Ready and waiting.
I was going to... Wow. Okay, so definitely make sure that you do subscribe. Yeah. And, rate us and review us on Apple. Tell your friends about us. Bring them along. Let's do this thing.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. We are also on Twitter at WTFDidIWatchPod. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at WTFDidIJustWatchPod@gmail.com. Also on Instagram.
Where Pants puts me face in hole.
She face in holes all day.
I hate when you say that.
It's a verb. And it's WTF Did I Just Watch Pod on Instagram. And next week, continuing our Decade by the Week series that we're doing, we will be in the 80s and covering 1985's Clue. Which neither of us have seen.
Yeah, who did it?
So that'll be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it's probably better than the holiday special.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see. It could be worse.
I don't think... yeah.
Yeah.
The bar's pretty fucking low. So, yeah.
All right. Well, have a great week, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Definitely.
We'll see you next Friday.
Come back soon.
Happy Life Day.
I'll be waiting.